Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're gonna be reacting to putting every COD Zombies map into a tournament. So let's get into it.
This is a tough one.
It is. Yeah, the more I
Giant
think
in the
about it,
moon?
the tougher it is. Because like the giant is just real smooth, like a
See,
really just easy
I-
going experience.
I ultimately I did play a lot of BO1 Moon when it dropped, and it was iconic. But ultimately, it's just BO3
The Giant's better. The Giant's way better.
Moon is leagues better than BO1 Moon, and ultimately, I think I would just really not play Moon in general. Whereas the Giant, oh my gosh, I literally grinded from level 1 to max prestige level 1000 practically on the Giant itself. So if that's not a testament to how amazing the replayability of this map is, I mean, I don't know. This map, in my opinion, also saved BO3 at launch. Most people hated Shadows when it first dropped.
Yeah.
So I got to give this one to the Giant.
I
To
agree.
be
It
honest,
was an important
I 100% agree with the Giant, for real.
juxtaposition to that map because
Yeah.
you needed the try hard experience and then the easy one. I mean I agree. I'm trying so desperately to put my bias aside, dude. I love BO1 so much, and I
That's fucking funny, too.
love Moon, and I love it's
But bro,
pretty much the greatest Easter egg ever, in my opinion.
Dude,
so
yeah.
I'm trying to detach my own personal.
literally, where would we
love
be
for
without
it.
that Easter egg? BO2 would not have existed. BO3 would not have existed, right? So it's Moon is still
Yeah.
incredibly important. It's just in terms of what I would play, would I rather play a colorful Darius or a gray map in the Moon? You know,
For real.
Yeah,
for me,
yeah.
I agree. I would rather play something pretty like the Giant.
it's easy.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Lex. If you asked me what would you rather play, I would play Moon. But
Right.
I'm gonna give it to the Giant though.
Okay,
because even if you were to tell me original Darius versus Moon, I would actually pick Darius weirdly.
Right,
and that just
right,
goes to
right.
show how weird these matchups are because it's I think
Really, these matchups are really fucking weird.
Darius is better, but I think
I agree. Yeah.
I don't even know what I don't even know what the fuck I'm
No,
saying.
I'm also honestly even just thinking about my play time on each of these maps. I've poured way more time into the Giant than
I agree. Way more time into the Giant than Moon. Moon is probably my least played zombies map ever.
Moon.
I
Hands
mean, hey,
down. Yeah.
that's good a proof as any, honestly.
Yeah.
You literally have played the map way more. I'm gonna give it to the Giant for now because I'm not gonna die on the Moon Hill. I'm not
Right.
that. You know what? And there are also a lot of things that piss me off about Moon. Now I'm thinking about it. Also.
We still have BO3 Moon in the bracket though, right? I think
Yeah.
we'll I mean that's at least good.
We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see, yeah.
All right, we got some Gorod versus Beast from Beyond. You know what? I'm gonna say this: the Beast from
Goron. I'm going Goron Crovey, motherfucker.
Beyond is pretty much the only map in IW that I actually don't like.
It is objectively bottom 5 worst maps of all
I agree. Bottom 5's worst maps of all time. I agree. Of all time.
time. I could confidently say that.
Even the
It's
just, the
terrible.
first 5 minutes in and of itself just makes you never want to play it again.
I
real.
honestly, I don't know how this map and radioactive thing made it out the door. To be honest,
Exactly.
this map literally is all filler because they were focused on the boss fight.
Exactly.
I'll give Beast from Beyond
I agree. It was filler. They were focused on the boss fight.
this. It has a better boss fight with Mephistopheles than Garad Crovey, and Garad Crovey has amazing boss fight. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I will pick GK.
I mean-
10 times out of 10 over Beast. You know.
GK beats
Yeah, easily. GK beats it out. Beats its ass by a long shot.
90% of the maps on this in this whole bracket, and then
Yeah.
Gorod just curb stomps from the Beast from Beyond. Dude.
Yeah.
It's not really
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, it's
All
not
right, so
close at all.
we got Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
I think is how you say that
Togger
in English
Totem, baby.
versus
Togger Totem.
Night of the Undead.
Ooh, and BO3
But
version.
BO3 though.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? Was it an improvement? Chronicles.
I think the coolest thing I think of when I think of BO3 Nocturne Totem is a guy named Tom Fantasy spent 300 hours getting the 255 on BO3 Noct. And
my God.
that was recorded as the longest world record for anything in gaming history. It hit
That's insane. That's fucking insane.
articles because it was that cool. So
No dog rounds is the major contributor there, I think, probably.
right, well, and also just like the thunder guns in the box on BO3, whereas in World at War it's not in the box. So that thunder gun is a huge deal. But ultimately, like, you're going up against the literal climax finale of the Ether storyline. Granted, it could have been way better and everything with like BO4 and the
I agree. It could have been way better, but like, I accept it, I guess.
Great War and whatnot. But honestly, like, and it's also Call of the Dead still. So in my opinion, I have to give this one to TOG. I think TOG, even though it was butchered with BO4, it's still a better experience overall than BO3 Noct, in my opinion. Like, it's just got way more to do, way more to see, way more to play.
Yeah, I like BO3 Chronicles Noct has more to do, but it just, like, to me, it's still, like, kind of like, eh. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, both these maps to me are meh, but
They really are. They really are just meh.
I think I prefer TOG because you just, I don't know what it is about BO3.
No, I agree with him, though. Togged or Toten, because, like, exactly. Noct doesn't really, like, offer really much. I get that it's the first map, but, like...
It just, like, if I'm going to play Noct, I'm not going to pick BO3
Yeah,
Noct.
most of the times, unless
It's
you're
World at War Noct. That's what I'm picking.
going for high rounds, you're not going to pick BO3 Noct. And that's kind of just... It is what it is. Like, it's... And that's that. Like, that's all there is to do with that map. So... I think
True.
TOG is just
Zombies in Spaceland versus Black Ops 1 Noct or something. Jesus.
miles better for sure.
Speaking of which, we have BO1 Noct versus Zombies in Spaceland. I'm going to go with
Listen.
Zombies in Spaceland.
Yeah, I agree. I really do. Zombies in Spaceland was one of the best Infinite Warfare maps ever, I think, personally. Ever.
Hands down, Spaceline. I mean, listen, BO1 Noct was cool. Added the Thunder Gun in the box. It was cool at the time. They put a mule kick on the map. That was a big deal at the time. But, like, Spaceland is, like, one of the best maps ever. Like, how can you even make a comparison, you know?
Easily the best non-Treyarch map ever. I don't even think it's close.
Hands down. Yeah. I think most people agree on that. Like,
And then
in my
BO1
opinion...
Noct is, like, it's, like, so awkward. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
very
you have
forget-
exactly. Because it just came off of World at War. It was kind of weird.
mule kick, but
Yeah.
you don't have Jug, and it's, like, the engine is, it just doesn't feel, I don't know.
It's very forgettable. Like, bro, I would even say Spaceland is better than Revelations. Like, I actually love
I actually
Spaceland.
agree.
Like, it's
I agree.
it's an amazing experience.
I really do agree with that opinion. Really, Spaceland to me is a little bit better than Revelations.
That map.
Let's see if
hands
the
down.
finals are Revelations and Zombies in Space. No, we got the Frozen Dawn, which I think is the final map in that game. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't even know.
I'm going with Ascension. Personally, I don't care. I'm going with Ascension.
And then we have Chronicles Ascension. I mean, Chronicles Ascension, dude.
Yeah. Listen, I went back and did the Frozen Dawn round 100 just because you just stand in a corner and wave a hammer around for 5 hours. But to be honest, man,
That's fucking funny, bro.
that map is garbage. It's just trash. Like, it.
If you guys want more like react stuff like this, please subscribe to the Themoneyextra channel and let's get back to the video.
There's really nothing redeemable about it. Sure, the boss fight is great, but I don't want to get to that point, you know? Like, I don't want to suffer. Ascension Chronicles, listen, you know what everybody complains about with Ascension? The monkeys, right? You know what Chronicles added? Nuke Gobblegum. So you never have to worry about the monkeys ever again. Like, to me, BO3 Chronicles fixed Ascension. And so I gotta give this to BO3 Ascension, man. Like, it's way more enjoyable to play this one.
It's the only map I've ever gotten around 100 on because it's the only time I wanted to fucking do it and prove it.
There you go, man.
It took 8 hours, though, with Classics only. But yeah, I'm gonna say this. Like, dude, imagine... Imagine having as much time as we have in our lives as human beings and spending it playing the Frozen Dawn.
Yeah, I mean, I'd kill myself than play the fucking Frozen Dawn. I'd rather stick my dick in a toaster than fucking play the Frozen Dawn.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Or just World War II zombies.
Yeah.
Ugh. Me, I'm jumping off that fucking bridge.
Dude, again, also another map that was just completely overshadowed by Fortnite at the time. Like, it was so bad. No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No fucking thank you, motherfucker.
Thank you.
Man, so we got Die Rise and Shinonuma Chronicles.
I'm gonna be honest, man. Shinonuma Chronicles Edition might be my least played zombies map of all time. Like,
That's my second least played.
you know what's so funny? I checked my highest round on my PlayStation for BL3 Shinonuma. It's round 12. Like, I have never gotten past round
Oh my fucking god, that's so fucking funny, dude.
12 on BL3. Like,
Yeah.
to me, I'll say it, like, it is probably one of the worst variations of Shinonuma.
It's just forgettable, if
Yeah.
anything. Like, I don't
I agree, it really is. Like me, I don't even fucking play that map anymore, probably.
even think it's bad. I just think
I'm not even fucking sure anymore.
it's very, like... Never when I hear Shinonuma do I think, oh, in that Chronicles version, that was real good.
Yeah, nah, never. You think either World at War or BO1?
Exactly.
Like, even BO1 Shino feels, like, more ingrained. I don't know.
No, I fully agree. So, to me...
I like, you know how I feel about Die Rise, and I know how you feel. We won't have the Die Rise debate, because that's another hour video in itself.
I know.
But I will give it to Die Rise simply because this is the Chronicles version of Shino we're talking about
If
here.
you just think of Die Rise structure...
I have to really agree. I don't want to say that I think that Rise is one of the worst maps of all time, but thank God it's getting its remaster. Thank you, Lex.
Like, it is actually an insane map and layout. Like, I don't even understand how Treyarch designed it, especially now that, like, we're remastering the BL3 version. I don't even get it. Like, it's genuinely a genius design. So,
I agree. It is like one of the most confusing layouts I've ever seen in zombies.
yes,
was
it's
too
flawed.
ahead of its time.
It was
man.
too ahead of its time. Like, Jimmy Zielinski wanted that map to be, like, dynamic and moving and to have, like, earthquakes. I would have loved to seen a version like that. But ultimately, I just think that with what we got, it wasn't great, but I'll say it's definitely more memorable than Shinonuma Chronicles.
Well, dude, this is why your Die Rise remaster is so goated, because it's actually kind of just illuminating all the missed potential in the original, to be honest.
Yeah. No, to me, I hope that with,
Right
like,
there.
the stuff that we add and all the additions, that it, like,
Literally,
captures
the
that
missing
initial
parts-
vision. Like,
the missing parts to it, to Die Rise.
for the Easter egg, bro, we want to have steps where, like, it shakes and, like, all that type of stuff. Like, really make it dynamic, man. Like, make it feel like you're in a crumbling skyscraper, you know?
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
100%.
So, I'm excited.
Yeah, last we have Keynote or Toten Chronicles versus Bai. No, it's Forsaken. So, I mean, like, we don't have a Forsaken icon, so even if we wanted it to advance, we can't even technically allow it to, unless you want to, like,
To be honest,
pretend
I
Kino is...
I think Forsaken could potentially be one of the worst zombie layouts of all time.
Thank you!
It's so
Thank
bad.
you!
No, it's so bad.
Dude,
It's,
I feel like I tell
agree.
people this, and, like, no one
no, they don't
understands.
It's like
it's just
5 rooms
street-
stapled together, bro.
Yeah, it's like
so
street
bad.
teleporter, street
Yeah.
teleporter, street
Yeah.
teleporter, and then you could just, like, and it's like in a giant fucking pyramid. Like, oh
Bro, I
my
agree.
god, it is.
Yeah, to me,
It's awful. It's
It
awful.
is literally one of the worst map layouts like Treyarch has ever released, which is really
lazy.
scary because it's like this is the last round-based zombies map we've had,
Right.
and so that kind of terrifies me for BL6 with like Liberty Falls and Terminus. But my thing is just like Forsaken people, and I'm gonna say this, I think people only play Forsaken for the Chrysalax. Like, that is the best part of that map. If that map did not have the Chrysalax, oh my gosh, would it be like bottom 10 maps? It is
Yeah.
so bad. The
I was about to
Easter egg
say,
is
that's-
Oh yeah, I agree. But that was Crystal Axe. Oh yeah, bottom 10 map of all time.
so
one thing.
easy as well. Like, bro, the world record for the Easter egg is almost like under 20 minutes. I think it's like 16 minutes, which is insane. Like, it's too fast. You can
Yeah.
tell this map was rushed, and like for it to be the finale of Cold War after Mauer, to me, is a disgrace. I think the only thing that people like about it is high round. So ultimately, bro, I'll give this to Kino Chronicles any day. Like,
Yeah,
Forsaken to me is so garbage. Like,
I think it's the weakest
I
Cold
agree.
War map without a doubt.
yeah,
I 100% agree.
I think the Chrysalax saves that map from ever even being like
Makes
a
it
bad map
enjoyable
for
to
most
some
people.
degree, but
Yeah.
still just a terrible design. All right, so we got our first round done. We're gonna head into round 2, and we're gonna go all the way back up to the top left.
Alright guys, if you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.